This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Bec Connolly over Zoom. Bec, how are you doing?
Hiya, I'm good, thank you.
Good stuff. Obviously, how are things going? We know you've got a fight which has just been announced with Ebanie Bridges, but before we come on to that, how's things been since your last outing?
Yeah, things are picking up COVID-wise now. Business is getting back to not where it was, but certainly not in the same dire state I was in February time when I was thinking, oh my word, what is happening? So yeah, just been getting back on things really. But now hay fever's hit, hasn't it? And it's taken everyone down.
Bec, you've had a tough run of fights since kind of shows returned. What have you made of the opportunities that are presented to you? Have you just been thankful to get out, or has it been frustrating that maybe you haven't had a slightly easier touch, shall we say?
Yeah, a bit of a mixture really. For me, I'm one of the lucky ones, aren't I? I managed to get out during lockdown and get a Sky spot, which is absolutely, I'm not complaining about that in any way, shape or form. I thought the Scotney fight was wicked. We knew what we were getting into with Scotney. Just wanted to go and showcase what we were able to do, really. And I thought that was a fair fight. The Ali one I was absolutely gutted with, because Ali is actually a fight that we'd sort of looked at everyone in the weight divisions and we genuinely wanted that fight. And I don't know, I'll fight absolutely anyone. I ain't on about saving no record now. I just love to get out there. I love to give it a crack. But yeah, I don't think I thought I was more able than I was. I didn't think that when I got the phone call, I was like, that's 3 days to lose a lot of weight. And then I was like, you know what? You've done it. You know how to do this. You can get your body to do that. And you've got 24 hours recovery afterwards. And I went in there fully thinking, no, you can turn that around. But in the back of my head, I'm like, you've had 3 days to prep. You've had 2 days of boxing, 2 days in the gym. I've been on site for the few weeks before that. I haven't been training at all. And first round, absolutely fine. Second round, oh yeah. Third round, thinking, you do need to train for this. So after that, it was just oh, let's just survive. But yeah, I did everything. I gave the best version of me that I had physically on me at that time, but that is by no means a representation of what I can do in any way, shape or form. So I'm hoping this time, I've been given a camp, I've got a full 6 weeks. So it's all on me now. If I mess up after a 6-week camp, then it is what it is.
But just before we do come on to the Ebanie fight, just with these opportunities you have had, obviously being on bigger shows, being on Sky, like you mentioned, what have you learned about the boxing industry, and in particular, obviously the female side to boxing? What have you learned about it and how different it is in comparison to the small shows you had boxed on previously?
Difficult, very, very difficult. No, it's I don't think small rule boxing is going to thrive and come back for a very, very long time. So I've kind of written that off for myself now. We're not going back down that route at all. It's nice to be to have everything so organized and so this is your fight, this is the date, turn up, do a job. That is absolutely fantastic. I do miss the crowds and the home sort of support from the small town sort of stuff. And grassroots boxing is where we're all born. If you don't have that sort of fan base at home, you're absolutely nothing. You'd be the best, most talented fighter in the world. If no one at home wants to support you, you're nothing, can't you? But yeah, it's been different. With COVID, having no crowds, anything like that, it's just been a real surreal couple of years, I think. This is going to be interesting because there's a few people allowed tickets now, isn't there?
Yeah, I saw Eddie's interview saying about 300 people, 300 tickets up for sale, but including kind of camera crew and production and what have you, will take up to that 400-500 mark. So that'll obviously be something for you to experience, being a fight camp. How excited for that?
I'll probably get all nervous when I'm standing there. I haven't had a crowd, so I'll be like, oh, there's people.
But how excited are you for a kind of fight camp, the chance to get out to the new fight camp 2.0, as they're saying?
I'm so incredible. Yeah, I'm not grateful for this opportunity, because last year it was the fight camps then, and no one knew what a fight camp was going to be like, did they? And I think me and Ellie were meant to be fighting on the fight camps last year, and I remember being told about it and thinking, oh, that sounds wicked, like and then something happened in my home life, and then Ellie got a shoulder injury, and it just so happened that we were able to postpone the fight till October. I didn't know that it was definitely going to go on then. I just thought it had been cancelled, but obviously it did happen in October. And then when I see Rachel and everyone out on fight camp, I was like, oh, it looks wicked. I'm gutted I didn't get to do that. And yeah, this time I get to give it a crack. So yeah, I'm dead excited about that.
Talking about this fight with Ebanie then, Bec, obviously the 7th of August, the Galhad-Dickens undercard. What have you made of Ebanie, her career so far? Obviously, the fight which I imagine you'll have most footage on will be the one with Shannon Courtenay last time out. So what do you make of Ebanie as an opponent?
Absolutely. Before lockdown, I've never even heard of a woman, like, had no idea who she was. I think she's been very, very clever, and she's done an absolutely phenomenal job of marketing and promoting herself, and hats off to the lady. Like, use whatever is at your disposal to get you in the place where you want to be, and no one can knock her for that. Like, she's done that job, and she's done it very, very well. And she did come out and give an absolute war against, like, Shannon. No matter what you think, whether you're a boxing purist and you like the GB style and the amateur, like the pedigree of that kind of boxing, or whether you're a fighter. I consider myself a fighter. Like, I started out in martial arts, and yeah, I don't have the background and the Olympic background of all these GB boxers, and that's not my style, but I can appreciate another fighter when I see one, and she likes to tear up, doesn't she? So the second I see that, I mean, last year it came on the radar because we were going through, like, who's in your weight division, who can you actually fight? And like I said, Ali was one of them. And one thing that really, really does annoy me is when people say, oh, you're calling them out. Because I'm not calling anyone out. I haven't got a bad word to say about anyone. Like, but if you're a boxer that's not boxing, you're not a fighter, you're a shadow boxer. Like, you have to have a partner. That's the thing with the sport. Like, you'll be as good as you want on your own, but if you haven't got someone to fight, you're absolutely nothing. And I was like, no, I'm just, like, suggesting fights that I would like to be in. And at the end of the day, I know, I think there's a WT coming up soon. Is it Raven Chapman? Steffi Bull was gone about. And I've been around boxing a long, long time. I know how class Raven is going to be when she comes out. Fair play to her. And it's absolutely a fight that I would definitely take. If you gave me a list of fights that I think would be more entertaining for the public right now and more bang for your buck, so to speak, then me and Ebanie definitely will be that. So no, I'm chuffed that they decided to make it, because I thought, they probably won't go for it. And then I'm back to the drawing boards, looking through the list, thinking, am I going to fight again this year? And yeah, I got the phone call. So I was like, oh, that's wicked.
Beyond Ebanie, Bec, what's kind of your ambitions within boxing now? You've had a few opportunities, haven't gone your way with the results, but beyond Ebanie, where do you see your career going?
Yeah, I think for me, I always set out to get the Commonwealth. That was my dream when I started this. I don't think there's the depth of the division. So it's dead easy to look at someone's record. And I know that I've got a thick skin. So I know everyone's going, oh, you got a walkover fight, Ebanie, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, well, let's just see. They don't look at who you fought or whether it went the distance. They weren't there. Like, if you took the Rachel Ball fight, we set the place on fire that night. Like, it was 10 rounds of war. Like, it wasn't not a close fight. It was a very close fight. It just didn't go my way, and hats off to, do you know what I mean? Like, I just came away from that thinking it was a cracking fight, like, and so did the fans. But on paper, it's just like, oh, another loss. So I've always felt like there's no depth to the division. You've got the absolute world class and the top girls, and then you've got the sort of bottom, and then there's not so many women that this bit in the middle is filled yet. And I truly believe with all my heart that I'm Commonwealth and British and European level, that I'm fighting at world level, and so I'm falling short because I'm here. So I'd like to get a fair crack at the whip and walk away from boxing with the Commonwealth would be my dream.
Right, Bec, just before I let you go, I want to leave a final word to yourself. Obviously, your growing fan base and everybody who supported you and follows you. Just a final message to your supporters and your followers, Bec.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It always, it just makes me chuckle. I'm like, I can't believe you're still supporting me after all these years. And every time we go back to the drawing board, cheers, guys. Sorry. Let's do it again. But yeah, they never, ever, they never cease to amaze me. They really, really don't. And I know this time they're excited about this fight. And I have a very chaotic life with my luck, and it goes there. I don't know if you've seen before, but it goes in little bouts. And Monday just started the next bout, and they were already like, "Oh, Connolly, this is not a good start to a camp." To the petrol station yesterday, and the petrol pump comes off your car. I've had the car a couple of years, never had a problem with it before. Got to be a very important boxing thing in Bristol at a certain time. I was told, "Don't be late. You must be on time for this." I was like, "Yeah." Get to the petrol station, go to open it. I'm like, won't open, hitting it, undo the car, unlock it, pull the pulley cord, no, nothing. By the time I've got 5 dudes at the petrol station with screwdrivers and everything, because I've only got 10 miles in the tank, they've had to break off the petrol can, let me fill up my car. Now I've got to go and pay for repair. I was like, why does this stuff happen to me? So it'd be quite interesting in the next few weeks to see what other disasters come my way.
Well, Bec, hopefully you don't have too many ahead of obviously August 7th, but I will leave you now to enjoy the rest of your day and this weekend. I appreciate your time. Best of luck with the rest of your preparations. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Oh, thank you so much.